So, update video. Some things have changed, some things haven't. So if something hasn't really changed on that tractor, I'm just gonna kind of say what it is and walk past it instead of taking all that time and going through it. So we'll start off with the LT10. This is the one that has that Predator push mower engine in it. Has a 5/8 or something like a 5/8 crankshaft, and I had a 1-inch pulley at the time. That's all I had where it was. And I just kind of jammed it on there, and it shook really bad because it was on there crooked. So I recently just changed that out with the proper pulley, so it doesn't shake nearly as bad now. The next one is the GT16. This one has that Honda GX390 in it. Nothing else has really changed with that one. This one here is kind of a big change. This is my 1980 GT18 single cylinder. I think in the last update video it had a Predator 420 in it. Now that got removed, and I now have a Predator 420 forklift, which is right there, but that's going to be another video. And I bought a bunch of things at an auction like last Friday, and this 8 horsepower Briggs here is one of those. The other one that was in here I gave up on because I never could get it running. This one here was cheap. I was able to get it running almost immediately. All I had to do is take the carburetor off the other one and put a different starter on it, and it fired right up. It's electric and pull start, but these engines are kind of hard to pull start. The weird thing with this one is it's got a 3/4 inch crankshaft instead of a 1-inch. And yes, I used one of those cheap die-cast pulleys on here. I was able to use a side pulley cover and everything on it, so when engines like that, I try to stick with sort of original, at least kind of period correct kind of engines. I'm done buying Predator 212s. I've had too many problems with them, and I can get better engines for these tractors than that. Bigger. So moving on to the next one, this is my 78 GT18. This is my only like 100% original tractor I have, which is kind of sad considering I have like 35. That's going to hopefully change soon. I'm going to probably start putting some original engines back in. The 1978 GT18, this is kind of restored and whatever. I put a hydrostatic transmission in here just because I use this for mowing, and that's easier for mowing. I changed out the decals on the side. It's a direct bolt in, other than I had to drill a hole on the frame right here to put the shifting lever on. So if I ever decide want to change it back, I can just pull this axle out, put the 6-speed back in, and be like nothing ever happened. So moving on to the next one. This is 1973 SS16. I already have 2 SS16s, and it'd be kind of cool to have all of the SS16s. So I'd only be missing the 75. So I kind of wanted to make this a true SS16. And then the other option would be is to put this hydrostatic transmission in there and make one of those 1977 yellow hydros. But I don't really know if I want to cobble up any more tractors or to just keep this original. I have a twin cylinder 18 horsepower Briggs I could put in there. I'd have to find a hood because I have tons of these hoods, but I have none of the twin cylinder ones. So not real sure yet on that. I kind of want to keep it original, but I'll show you the couple of other engines I got. So that's the Honda that was in the ST10. That came out, and I'll show you in a second here, or I guess a couple minutes, on what went in there. So these 2 engines and this other Honda that I'll show you in a minute came from one lot at the auction. First one here is a GX160. That one runs. It had a gearbox on it because it was for like a sprayer pump. So it has just a spline shaft on there. What I did on the other one is I just welded a pulley on that. This other one here is a GX 240, and I didn't even know they made such a thing. On this one here, it's kind of a different story, because if you take this side of the gear reduction box off, it goes directly into the crankcase. So I need a new side cover and crankshaft to make this one work in a tractor. So luckily I have a couple of extra engines, and I can just let that sit for now until I figure out what exactly is going on. One of the options would be I just buy a new block for it, and then I have a new engine, but not really sure what the right thing to do is. So that plan is to put that engine in here or a twin cylinder Briggs, depending on what axle it's going to get. Next would be the 16.6. Nothing has changed with this. Roper 18T Hydro with the plow on the back. Nothing has changed with this either. Got just a random hydrostatic axle sitting there on the floor that the tires don't come off of. The 20T has a Honda GX390, but it just got a Predator 420 recoil on it because the other one came off for something else. I swapped the tires and the wheel weights between the 20T and the 16T. Future plans for this is to put a V-twin in here, just because it's a big tractor. I think it should have something bigger in it. Nothing wrong with it how it is right now, but I just think since it's a 20 horsepower tractor, it should have something a little bit more of that size in it. Moving on to the Roper 18T, nothing has changed with that. Roper 16T, nothing really going on with that. 74 SS16, for those of you that are wondering, these are Kawasaki FJ400s in both this one and in the 18.6. So these are 13.5 horsepower, 401 cc, and they're golf cart engines. And I have like 5 or 6 of these from doing engine swaps on golf carts. So I put 2 of them in tractors. This one here kind of runs a little weird, but this one here runs good. That's basically it on those. My 74 ST16 that has these Roper things on it, trying to make it to be a Roper RT13, but not quite. The fenders are made out of wood, and the hood is like really badly painted by me like 4 years ago. It's like really bad painted, and it's like didn't even bother taping off anything here, just paint the hood. I put that stuff back on here because I kind of missed that tractor for some reason, and I just didn't know what else to do with it, so I just threw that stuff on there. The 76 ST10, so that 5 horsepower Honda, it shook really bad, and it actually started cracking the welds on the frame. So I took that out. This came from the same lot as the other Hondas, and after getting it, I kind of realized that on this sticker here, it says EPA regulations for 2016. So I got a really good deal on that one, since that engine is only like 4 years old. And I actually noticed after starting it and running it a little bit that I could still smell like that new engine kind of smell. Like when you first start up like a new Predator or something, that new metal kind of smell. Moving on to the next one is 75 ST16, 73 ST12. The fenders and gas tank should be switched on both of these, because the 75 is supposed to have the tank under the seat, and the 73 is supposed to have that toolbox. So sometime I'm going to get around to just switch those. The 66, nothing has changed with that one. 67, nothing has changed with this one. Has a flat tire that, I don't know how it happened, it just decided to go flat. The 68 Suburban 12, it got tiny tires on the front because I had to use the hubs from those. So I had to, gonna order some hubs for that eventually here and put those back on it. The 68 or 69 Super 12 Special clone Nothing has changed with this one. For those of you who don't know, this is a 1971 Suburban 12, one of the blue ones with the ghost grill. This was just painted orange and got a Super 12 hood and grill on it because I needed the other hood for a different tractor. And then I just kind of put the two together and then kind of end up with this. And I wanted a Super 12 special, so that's what I got. 76 SS16, which is actually an SS18. But since the hood that was always on it said SS16, I'm just calling it an SS16. Nothing has changed with this one. 69 Suburban 12. 68 Super 12 Hydro. That's going to end up with a different engine in it. Possibly. But then I'm kind of going on the 10 and the 12 horsepowers to have the Predator 212, and then kind of as they go along to get bigger tractors to repower them with something a little bit bigger. So that probably will just stay with a 212 in it. The 68 regular gear shift, nothing has changed with that one. 67, I really need to get to this hood because it's been like a year now and I still haven't messed with it. I'm going to get to that soon though. 69 Super 12, nothing has changed with this one other than it got a mower deck put on it. 1970 SS12 or Super 12, depends on how you really look at it. Nothing has changed with this one. That 1970 Hydrotrack 12 that I built from scratch. Hard to see because my flash on my phone went off because it's too hot. But I put ATV tires on the back of this just to make it sit a little bit higher. Those are 25 inch. And it actually sits level now. But now there's another problem. You can kind of see it leans a little bit that way. So it's kind of just one of those things, oh well, unless I put a bigger tire on the back on this side. It doesn't really bother me a whole lot, but that's just what it is. 1971 Suburban 12, nothing has changed with that. These two, I'm going to end up probably putting bigger engines in them. Hopefully Briggs engines, since that's what they're supposed to have. This one here is the 71 SS14. And I'm probably just going to leave this hood on there unless I get like a parts tractor or something, which with me I don't part anything out. That hood will probably just stay on here. And then the 72 Suburban 15, nothing has changed with that one. Probably going to end up putting a Briggs or something in there at some point. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Hoping to get a restoration on that SS16 coming soon, but I just don't know what to do with it. So, yeah, if you guys want any particular video or something you guys want to see, just let me know because I'm kind of starting to run out of things to do videos on because after I restore that tractor, that's it. I mean, I don't have any room for any more tractors. So, I don't know. And tractors where I live are really hard to find. That's the other problem. So, after I'm done restoring that, maybe you guys will just see videos of tractors actually doing stuff. Because normally, I mean, I use these all the time, but you guys never get to see anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. More videos coming soon.